Hi, welcome to my channel. So I'm here again with another video. This one, it's very interesting. If you landed on this video, you're probably also interested about knowing this. So I'm gonna talk about my Kundalini Awakening experience. Okay, so we're gonna go a bit deep into this one. Okay. If you're new to my channel, hi, I welcome you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please share and subscribe. Okay, so let's get into it. So I want to talk about my experience with the Kundalini Awakening, but first I'm just going to explain what it is. So I'm not like an expert about this, so only thing I am going to tell you about is my experience, and if you went through something similar, please share. And yeah, I just want to raise awareness and kind of my own perspective about it. Okay, so Kundalini energy is energy that resides at the base of your spine, rooted in your root chakra. Okay, so this is life force energy. It's representative of like a snake in many cultures as well, but it's just energy that's in the base of your spine and life force energy. So there's a lot of myths about it. Different cultures will tell you different things, you know, but from my own understanding about it and from my experience, it is powerful energy that resides at the base of your spine. Okay, I didn't plan to awaken it. It was an accidental awakening, but people consciously do activate their Kundalini, you know. So it's responsible for a lot of things, you know. Once it's raised, it comes up your spine, and if your chakras are aligned and not blocked, it will travel like safely and upwards into your third eye chakra and to your crown chakra, and you'll be more aligned in life. You will have a greater knowing of self, higher awareness to things. You'll be like heightened. You'll be like human 2.0 basically. Like you it's like, for me, I symbolize it as what's this show, Dragon Ball Z, when Goku like goes like Super Saiyan. Like, for me, I think that's what Kundalini energy is. Like, it's powerful stuff. Okay, and yeah, if you're watching similar videos, you probably hear people's experiences. Don't do it, this and that. Like, for me, I'm not gonna tell you not to do it, and I'm not gonna tell you to do it. I'm just gonna tell you my experience. Okay, so for me, I didn't know much about it. You know, I did come across a video prior to it actually rising straight up to my head, but I think at the time it was probably already activated. So there's different ways to activate it. There's pranic breathing exercises, there's tantric exercises and tantric sex, and a lot of ways to arise it, you know, within you, you know. But most people do like breathing exercises to do it as well, and Kundalini yoga as well. There's a lot of ways that people rise it and maintain it, you know, and kind of keep it balanced and aligned. For me, I had a different experience when I opened it. For me, I had made my twin flame. So you'll probably also hear people say that through twin flame 6, it can be activated. So that's what happened with me. I didn't know much about twin flames then, you know, when I didn't even know what was happening. But the first thing that started happening to me is that I started feeling pressure at the base of my spine. I started having lower back pains. I used to occasionally have lower back pains, but I didn't really take heed of it. I didn't realize there was anything wrong. You know, I'd take some meds if it was too painful, and most of the time it wasn't even that painful. Like, I would still move on with life, you know. So yeah, it got activated then, and I was going through a spiritual awakening process already, and I came across this video by Ralph Smart talking about Kundalini energy. And you know, when he was explaining it and everything, it's like, I think subconsciously I kind of knew that, okay, what he's explaining are things that I've already gone through. And I don't know how it happened, but after I watched the video, I started actually feeling it, just because now I knew what it was. Before maybe I didn't know, and now because I was more aware, it started actually rising, and went through my chakras and up into my crown chakra. Like I felt it. Like I was sitting during a meditation, and I felt like just a flow of energy, very subtle, very subtle. It's not like, but it's very subtle, just flowing up through my chakras. It got a little bit blocked at the throat, but it went up all the way to the crown. And once it happened, I instantly knew that something just happened. Like I was like, okay, something just happened, because my life just kind of just turned upside down, and in a way, not in a bad way per se, but I became highly alert, highly attuned. So the one thing that I realized what it does is that you become attuned, you become connected to yourself, your thoughts, your mind, your heart. Everything is kind of aligned within you, and you're attuned greatly to everything around you, every other life force around you, whether it's people, whether it's animals. You're just attuned. I just felt like I could sense people from far away, sense their mental states, emotional state, even animals, became completely connected to earth, but at the same time, what it does is that it brings up everything also inside of you. So in your emotional states, how you're feeling and everything, all your suppressed emotions and stuff will come up to surface, especially if you haven't done anything to clear your heart chakra. So for me, I really hadn't cleared my heart chakra completely. I was still in the process of balancing my chakras, but when it rose, it aligned everything. It rose and broke through all of them, So there were things that I was dealing with, for me personally, like there were emotional states and fears and anxieties that are things that I was holding in already. So it kind of got heightened and highlighted, and it was like times 10, because now it's everything that you need to feel in one go, And it was scary for me. It was scary. I was very anxious, also very fearful, because at the time I didn't really know what was happening. I just knew that I had a heightened awareness and heightened knowing, and everything was like times 100. I wouldn't say I was someone who's very clairvoyant. I think I'm more clairsentient. I feel naturally, but at that moment I could, like, my third eye was like popped open. I could like kind of see things before they happen, and just there was this weird thing. I also saw other YouTubers that mentioned what happened with them. Like I would have like these lights that would flicker in my like in the dark. Like I would have lights that I could see, even though they weren't there, but they were there with me, or I could see beyond something, beyond this dimension per se. But at the time, I didn't know what was happening. I was just freaked out. You just kind of step into another reality. Basically, for me, that's what happened. I stepped into another reality, and I wasn't aware and prepared for it. And the more I watch other videos, like people actually like prepare for this. It's needed. Like you need like maybe a guru or a guide or a teacher to kind of help you through this process. So I wouldn't actually recommend people to really do it alone. Like you need some type of support, or whether it's spiritual guidance to do it or something, or you need that support or backup. For me, I didn't consciously do it. Like it kind of just happened because I had met my twin. And I think that happens to a lot of twin flames, that their Kundalini gets activated. So one thing that gets kind of activated, so it's worse. At least if you know what it is, you kind of can anticipate, you can kind of handle yourself a lot better than I did. I was freaking out. My world was like kind of tumbling, and you can see someone and speak to them, but like what's happening in their mental state. Like they're telling you one thing, but you're reading their energy, and you're hearing another thing, So that's what was happening with me. And and with physical symptoms for me, I had like a high temperature. I was hot all the time. All the time I was like hot. I was like hot, like it was 40 degrees Celsius in my body or something. I was always feeling hot. I didn't know why. I had tingling sensations all over my body, especially within the spine where it's activated. You're just a hot mama, like you're ready to go, and it kind of wants you to be ready to go. And I was very stagnant, so the more stagnant I was, I feel like it just was working against me. The energies were working against me, and the more I read about it, it's like once it is raised, you need to do things to kind of activate it. You need to be very active. You can like exercise, you can dance, you can do yoga. I wasn't doing none of that because I didn't know what was happening. But yeah, there's things that you should be doing. Going outside a lot more. That's what I started doing. And I had that deep desire. Like if you didn't have a desire to go outside, once your Kundalini is raised, you kind of want to live there. You want to live with nature. But ever since afterwards, like my aftermath now is that, I survived. Some people just feel like I almost went to the hospital and stuff, and I get it. I get why it would, especially as I said, if you have blocks within you, and resistance within you, and also if you accidentally open it up, like you didn't anticipate or plan, and you're not mentally at that place, it can land you in the hospital, because it's a lot of energy. It's very powerful. And people normally awaken it for different reasons, for spiritual reasons, for clarity. And I get it. Like I do get it. Like when it was raised, I really did have like as much as I was confused and everything, I had a higher sense of knowing and a higher connection to myself. And kind of just knew what time it was, but also was like in a mess because a lot of things were unraveling. But there's a euphoric energy about it. You really are attuned to yourself, to nature, to yourself spiritually. You just are attuned. And some people call it God energy. So depending on what you believe in, it's like your connection to God, higher power, higher source, within you. It's that energy, and it's powerful. So definitely I think it is. But so that was basically just my experience. If I could do it again, or if I could give anyone advice, definitely if you want to do it, like do some research, be mentally prepared for it. Also make sure that your chakras are aligned, that they're not blocked, because if they're blocked, it's just going to burst open through that chakra, and that chakra is not really healed or balanced. It just got bursted through, and whatever insecurities, whatever challenges you're facing in that certain area in your life is now heightened, highlighted, because that's what happened with me. I was still kind of balancing my chakras, and it just went up. So yeah, I think be more balanced, balance your chakras, get guidance, learn about it somehow, before you just actively do it. And yeah, you will have that euphoria. Like there's good positives, and the negatives, I think, not that there's that many negatives, it's just where you are emotionally, where you are mentally. Are you ready for that type of power? Are you ready for that type of energy? What are you doing with it? How are you going to cultivate it? Because you have to maintain it. But after mine awakened, yeah, life was a bit different for me. I'm grateful that it did, because I have now more than anything a higher knowing of self. It activated that in me. It activated the desire to know myself more, to go on the journey within, to attune more spiritually, to overcome certain things, certain aspects about myself, my shadows. It showed me everything, really. So I'm grateful for that, and also just made me also want to be outside more, which I really enjoy because it's very therapeutic. And I didn't realize that, like, I was stuck indoors, and now like I don't know, like I don't even want to be indoors all the time. But with everything, there just needs balance. So yeah, this is my experience with my Kundalini Awakening. If you also went through it, please share your information. Let me know how it went with you. How did you open it? Also, was it by accident like me? Did you know what was happening? And how are you managing now? Is it still active? Is it still rising up? And what are your beliefs about it? And is it dangerous to you, or do you recommend people to activate it? Because from my side, I mean, I get why you would, you know, I really do. I just think that there needs to be caution about it. You should actually know it, know what you're doing, learn about it more, and yeah, be conscious about it as well. There are definitely perks and benefits of it, you know. Being in that euphoric energy, being powerful, knowing yourself more, attuning to yourself more, attuning to others, being connected to the source, to God, it's all great. So I do understand the benefits of it. So yeah, are you thinking about opening it? You know, share your information, let me know. And if you enjoyed my video, as I said before, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and yes, thank you. Peace and love to you, and good luck with your Kundalini.